Employment benefits kept her afloat until someone, somewhere, took all of her money.
When I looked at my statement and went, all my money's gone.
Diane suddenly found dozens of mysterious charges on her EDD account, many of them from a company in Africa.
What is this? Hugo host West Africa, South Africa? Like, I don't know.
All she knew was her unemployment benefits were gone.
$7,000 taken out of my account. It hurts.
Diane immediately called Bank of America.
House Representatives already signed a bill that includes $1 trillion in spending. Biden is ready to pass new legislation, and the bill has several provisions that will affect millions of Americans. Americans can expect to see a drastic change in their benefit checks, and according to the White House, the House of Representatives already passed a sweeping $2 trillion bill. It will keep the government funded from this year to next. The bill passed 225 to 201, with Republicans supporting the bill and with Democratic Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez voting no. Still, Joe Biden, who sent a statement just after the passage that he signed the bill into law as soon as it reached his desk, applauded its bipartisan support. Biden signed the short-term funding bill into law today, officially averting a government shutdown. This is the most important stimulus check, Social Security news, and Ssdi and Ssdi information that I want you to know, so continue watching because you don't want to miss out on. More money is coming to American people. An exact date has been announced for a one-time direct deposit of a bonus payment. A check is going to be worth at least $600, set to go out to thousands of eligible Americans. And here's some exciting news. Thousands of city employees in Denver see a $600 bonus, which the city council approved this week amid a staffing shortage. The new bonus is expected to cover roughly 8,300 of the city's people. It will lead to the government spending about $6 million in the state. The new bonuses are expected to go out after this week and no later than the end of the month. Additional funds will go to residents across the state on January 31st, and also with $750 going to individual filers and $1,500 for joint filers as well. The council measure is expected to cover 5,700 of the employees, with the Department of Human Services and the city's airport handing out bonuses separately. The funds will come from city savings that are stored up after the city failed to fill certain roles. According to officials, the bonuses are an appreciation for the service in 2022 when staffing shortages continue to impact departments and agencies across the city. Other workers got triple bonuses, double overtime pay, pay adjustments, and temporary retention bonuses due to problems with staffing. So now, also in the state of California, and according to the California Franchise Tax Board, the state has already issued $7.5 billion in middle-class tax refunds. 6.9 million payments have been sent out via direct deposit, 6 million also in direct deposit checks. Because according to state officials, the bonuses are an appreciation for services in 2022. So, economists have been forecasting a recession for months now. Now most of them are already starting to appear up. Whether it's deep or shallow, it's up for debate, but the idea for the economy going into a period of recession is pretty much the consensus. So, Mark Ssdi, a chief economist, told CNBC, when you have high inflation and the Fed is jacking up interest rates to quell inflation, it results in a downturn or a recession. When inflation picks up and the Fed responds by pushing up interest rates again, the economy ultimately caves into the underweight of higher interest rates. The Fed has already a serious problem with inflation. It forecasts additional rate hikes up to about 5.7% by early next year, and economists expected to maintain those high rates to control inflation. Those higher rates are also already taking a toll on the housing market, with home sales down 35% from last year in November, and also the 10th in a row of decline. 30-year mortgage is close to 7%, and consumer inflation was still running at a hot 7%. There is some good news, everybody. Up to $350 relief payments have been officially proposed in Congress. Millions of Americans are eligible to receive a new monthly stimulus check. These payments will be automatically deposited. Now, a proposed plan from Senate Republicans would restart the monthly child tax credit payments, but with some new limitations. Republican Senator Mitt Romney of Utah and Richard Burr of North Carolina have proposed the Family Security Act 2.0. The act will provide a fully paid monthly cash benefit for working families modeled on those sent during the second half of 2022. Under the plan, families will receive up to $350 for each child 0 to 5, up to 5 years old, and $250 a month for children ages 6 to 17. Previously, families were eligible for up to $300 a month, payable in 6 monthly installments, with the remainder claimed at tax time. These monthly installments are part of a broader series of stimulus measures passed during the crisis. It expired at the end of 2021 and reverted to a $2,000 tax credit for children under age 17. According to lawmakers, the Family Security Act 2.0 creates a new national commitment to working families by modernizing and simplifying federal policies into a monthly cash benefit. The plan is fully paid for by consolidating existing federal spending. CNBC News reported that the payments will be funded via cuts to the phase-in and maximum credit available for single parents and married couples with children through the Earned Income Tax Credit, which provides tax breaks to low and moderate income workers. The cuts could result in an estimated annual savings of $46.5 billion. The bill also calls for the elimination of state and local tax deductions, a savings of $25 billion a year, and getting rid of household filing status, which would have saved about $16.5 billion. Eliminating the child portion of the Child Independent Care Credit would cut another $4.7 billion annually. Under the current child tax credit, children and families with little to no income receive only some of the credit or no money at all. And today, Mitch McConnell heightened and highlighted a new poll showing that 93% of working-age Americans rate the economy as poor or fair, declaring that Democrats are unifying the country in unhappiness. McConnell pointed out a key finding of a poll published today, which also showed that President Biden had a paltry 33% job approval rating.
What do you mean negotiation? What do you want to negotiate? We're not going to negotiate a woman's right to choose. Senator Murkowski and Senator Collins may have their view, but it is not a view that is one about a woman having the right to decide. And so we're not negotiating that, no. Well, we're not, people don't like it when we say vote. In 100 days, people will be voting. Fewer than 100 days, people will be voting. And we have to elect a couple more Democratic senators so that we can get around the filibuster, so that we can pass legislation that truly impacts a woman's right to choose. But there's not a halfway measure. You can't be a little bit pregnant in this. It has to be a real measure that protects a woman's right to choose. And so, no, it's not for negotiation. What are you going to negotiate? What are you going to negotiate? Whether a woman can have contraception? Is that a cause for negotiation? Whether people can have birth control? Yes or no? A little bit